Hey y'all, it's Ashley. So today I'm going to share with you my picks for the Sephora VIB sale. This only happens twice a year, and so I just wanted to share with you some of my favorite things that I think you should pick up during the sale, maybe some things that you could splurge on and really utilize that discount. So a little information about the sale: it just opened up to VIB today. It's been open for about a week for VIB Rouge, which is like the highest level of their rewards program. So I was able to order some things to show you as part of my kind of sale haul in case you wanted to pick up those things too. So it's 15% off everything on the site for VIB insiders, and then for the level below VIB, just the basic tier, it's 10% off everything. And so you can use the code one time on the website. That's something that's new this time around. You can only use the code one time on the site, so you have to really make that like online purchase, make it count, but you can use it in store as many times as you want during the time period. Now that you know a little bit more about the sale, I'm going to show you some of my absolute favorite things that are maybe a little bit more expensive, that I really think that this would be a great time to pick up, and then at the end I'll show you what I just picked up and what I'm super excited about. So let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to share is some foundations, and they're actually both Dior foundations. Dior is definitely a high-end brand, but they make awesome foundations, and the first one is the Dior Forever foundation. This one is probably my #1 favorite foundation. I've had it for about a year now, and I've used it so many times. It looks so good in photography. It lasts all day. The only issue with it for me is that this is the lightest shade that they make, and it's just a hair too dark for me whenever I'm not self-tanned. So I can only use it at certain times, but it's good because it is $52, so I use it very sparingly. But this would be a great time to pick this up, and if you don't want to spend $52, they just came out with the Dior Face and Body Backstage foundation, and this one is actually only $40, and whereas most foundations only have an ounce, this one has 1.6 ounces, so it's a lot more. I am still trying this one out. I haven't had it for that long because it just came out, but I do really like it. I'm wearing it today mixed with something else because this one actually comes in lighter shades. I could have gone down to like the lightest shade that they had, but I bought it during summer, and so I was being a little ambitious with how much tan I thought I had. But this one is really great. It's like a buildable coverage. You can put on just like a thin layer and it'll be pretty sheer, but then you can build it up with layers and it doesn't look cakey, and you can build it up to a full coverage. This one is a matte finish, whereas the Forever foundation is more of a natural satin finish, but I really like this one, and it doesn't have any SPF. That's another difference. So if SPF is irritating to your skin, then this one might be for you. It's also just a little bit cheaper, so be sure to check those out. The next thing is something that I have been using every single day this summer. I've also been using it since I got back to school. This is kind of like my throw-on for class foundation. This is the Herborian CC cream, and it goes on, it's actually so cool. It goes on white, see if I can get it out. It goes on like this white like cream, but then as you blend it into your skin, it like adjusts to your skin color. It actually just has like micropigments in it that whenever you rub it in, they like break apart, I guess, and like the pigments are released, because it doesn't really like adjust to your skin color. It can be a little too dark for me if I'm not careful with it and I don't blend it down right. So don't expect it to like match to your exact skin color, but because it's sheer, it is easier. You have a little more variation, whereas with a full coverage foundation, it needs to be like exactly your shade or else you can really tell. So this one is so nice. It feels just like a moisturizer, but it really like blurs out your skin and just makes you look like you have a Snapchat filter on, but it's just like your skin, and it's like your freckles will show through. Like I have a little bit of redness that kind of shows through, but it's perfect for just like throwing on every day if you just don't want to go barefaced. But yeah, this one is amazing. I have been obsessed with this one, and I'm going to be filming a natural everyday makeup tutorial coming up soon, and I'm going to be using this because this is what I use every day. The next thing is actually something that's new to Sephora. They just got Jouer Cosmetics, and so their highlighters are some of my favorite highlighters ever, and I know that I talk about highlighters in like every video, but I love them. I can't get enough of them. This one looks kind of gross right now. It's very powdery. You have to be really careful. These are very fragile, so I don't travel with this one, but it is so pretty. This one is in the shade Citrine, which is their lightest shade. It's this light gold color that's not too gold, and it doesn't have like that dark cast whenever I put it on, so it's definitely for fair skin. They have other shades, and so definitely pick this one up during the sale. And then another thing that's just like a staple product that you should like replenish every few months is beauty blenders. So this one, I used it today to do my makeup, so it's kind of dirty, but this is the Beauty Blender Sapphire. I'm not sure if you're familiar with beauty blenders, but every color is actually different. Like, they're formulated differently. I don't know if they're supposed to be, but they are. So like, I've had multiple different colors throughout the years, and every one of them has performed differently. So this one, everyone was saying that it performed better than any of the other colors before, and so I went ahead and picked it up, and I love it. This one is a little more firm than the original Beauty Blender, and I feel like it stays wet longer, because that's my issue with the original, is that it dries out like that, and I want my Beauty Blender to be pretty wet whenever I'm blending things out. That way it doesn't soak up quite as much product, and so this one really does that for me. So definitely use that discount to pick up a new Beauty Blender in case you need one. I have so many palettes, but I can't get away from this one. I always, like, this one never fails me, and that is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. This one has like a whole bunch of different colors, and whenever you first look at it, you might not think that you would use a lot of these colors. And like, the purples are definitely for like special occasion, but they're really fun to play with. And purple is a really easy color to kind of dabble into bright colors with, because it blends out really nicely and it complements a lot of skin tones and eye colors. But I am just like obsessed with this shade right here. It's called Cashmere, and it's just this like cool tone shimmer that you can just like swipe on the lid, and it looks really natural and effortless, but it still like makes your eyes pop. And so this one is really great if you are looking for an eyeshadow palette that can work for every day or special occasion, or if you kind of want to play with color, this one does it all. So then another eye item is the Stila liquid eyeshadow sets. So these are like the glitter and shimmer ones, and I actually got these in a set at Christmas time, and I love these because I love these eyeshadows. I think that these are the best liquid glitter eyeshadows out there, like hands down. But you don't need very much at a time, and so like, I'm never gonna go through a full size of it. These mini sizes are perfect because it won't dry out on you, and so you really get your money's worth with these, plus you get to try out a few different colors. So they have some different sets on the website. These are great, and definitely try the mini sets rather than the full size, because I think you really get a good bang for your buck. So then something that I have been recently obsessed with, you guys know that I'm not a big believer in high-end mascaras, because I just think that drugstore mascaras perform really well, and they dry out after 3 to 4 months anyway, so you're something that you're constantly repurchasing. But I went and tried out the Milk Kush mascara, and so this one I actually just tried the mini size because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, and I got this at the beginning of summer, so probably 3 or 4 months ago, and it is still going strong. Like, it is still like wet and like has enough product left in there, hasn't dried out at all, which is really impressive, especially for one of these mini sizes. But it has this like really big brush, which can be problematic if you have smaller eyes like me. You just have to be really careful not to like get it all over your lid, and it just really coats the lashes on one coat and makes them really full without clumping together. This one is kind of the best of both worlds. I will definitely, as soon as this one is like dried out, I'm gonna get the full size. It's so good, you need to try it out. So then the last thing for my all-time favorites is a lip product, and I love lip products. I have so many of them. This one is probably, I don't want to say my favorite because I can't pick a favorite. That's like picking a favorite child, and you just can't do that. But this one is really good. This is the YSL liquid lipstick. It has a really fancy French name that I can't pronounce. I'm not gonna try and butcher it, but it's basically their liquid lipstick, and it has a really unique applicator, which when I first saw it, I was like, that's not gonna work, but it actually does like really help you carve out your lips. It stays all day. This color in 7, it has like a fancy name, but it's the number 7. It's a really nice, like, Your Lips But Better color, and it fades really well. So my problem with liquid lipsticks is that a lot of times they fade like uneven or patchy, and so I don't want to have to reapply it throughout the day. I just want to put it on and then kind of let it wear off as I eat and go about my day. This one wears off really naturally. Since it's so close to your lip color, or my lip color at least, you can't really tell whenever it's fading, but then once it's faded, it's gone. Does that make sense? It's really good, but YSL is super expensive, so if you're going to splurge on one lipstick, then do it while you have a discount, and I promise you won't regret it. So now we're gonna move into the things that I ordered during the VIB Rouge pre-sale. These are just kind of some random things that I've had my eye on for a while, but they're definitely pricier, they're definitely high-end items, and I wanted to wait for that sale. I did one big online order because I don't really have a Sephora near me, and so I just did an online order, but I had to make sure, like I said, that I put it all in one order since you can only use the code once online. So all of that to say, the first thing that I have is a shampoo and conditioner, which, okay, I'm not a hair person, you can probably tell. I don't really know anything about hair, I don't really do my hair, but I have been dyeing my hair a lot more this year than I have ever, and so my hair is pretty damaged right now. I really just wanted a shampoo and conditioner that would restore and nourish my hair, but because I have really fine hair, a lot of nourishing shampoos and conditioners can weigh my hair down and just make it look oily. So I splurged on the Kerastase Resistance Length Strengthening Shampoo and Conditioner. These are expensive. I will say that, like, it's a lot of money and there's not a lot of product, but I've read rave reviews of people just who love this, and it's supposed to help your hair stay long and grow longer. I'll let you guys know how that works out, but I'm super excited about those. So then another sparkly eyeshadow. I got this Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter eyeshadow in the shade Smoke, and that's what I'm wearing all over my lid today. I came home and immediately put it on, and this is so pretty, guys. Oh my god. It's like, it just looks like straight glitter in here, but once you swatch it, like, it has this just like wet, like shimmery look to it. And I haven't tested the wear time, but I've heard that like once you put it on, like it's not gonna move. So I got this color in Smoke. I had my eye on the champagne color, but I have a lot of champagne colored eye glitters because that's kind of my go-to. So I stepped outside of my comfort zone a little and got this like cool toned brown shade, and I'm actually really happy that I did. I think it really makes my eyes pop and looks natural. Today I just put on like a cool tone shadow in the crease and then popped this on the lid, and that's all that I did, and I think it looks like I put a lot more effort into it and looks really nice. So this is just gorgeous. So then the next thing is also a splurge, and please don't judge me. I've had my eye on this for so long, but I was just like, $50 for a primer? Like $50 for, really? Can it really be that great? But I've been in a rut with primers. The ones that I've been using, they don't really do anything. I don't really see a difference. I've tried out almost all of like the best primers, and I don't see a difference. And I've had an issue lately with my foundation breaking up on my nose, and it just looks kind of gross. Like, it just freaks me out a little bit. So I picked up the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and it comes with this little fancy applicator. And like, yes, it was $52. That's a lot for a primer, but this feels so luxurious. Like, it just came in like a sleeve, and it came with like an instruction card and a story, and it just feels heavy. Like, this feels like a hockey puck. This thing is, it feels like it has a ton of product, and you barely use any. Like, you can see where I ruined it. I'm sorry, it's not satisfying anymore, but you barely use any product every time you use it. And so hopefully this will last a really long time. I haven't really gotten a chance to test it out yet, but I'm so excited about this, and I'm so, like, this is just gonna look so pretty just like sitting on my vanity. Like, yes, bougie. Then the last thing that I have to talk about is a lip liner, and I am obsessed with lip liners. So I know that lip liners can seem like an unnecessary step, and I definitely for the longest time thought that lip liners were just something like that Mary Kay sold in the 80s and that nobody used them anymore. But they've made a comeback, and I have become obsessed with them because they last really, really well on the lips, but they fade really nicely, and so they aren't as thick as like a liquid lipstick, but they last longer than just like a traditional stick lipstick. And so this one is from McGrath, and it's the Permagel Ultra Lip Pencil, and this one has like almost perfect reviews. Like this one has amazing reviews, and this color is just like the perfect nude color for me for every day. This is what I always reach for. I have like 12 lip pencils in this color, but I always use them, so I keep buying them. But supposedly this one lasts like literally all day. Like you can like do everything and it won't come off. And I was swatching it next to some of my other lip liners that are similar colors to see what the color difference was, to see just how far the obsession went with pinky nude lip liners. And I went to wipe them off of my hand, and all of the lip liners came off. MAC, Urban Decay, Huda Beauty, they all came off with one swipe of my makeup wipe, but this one stayed on, and I had to like scrub at it a little bit. And it did come off, like it didn't stain my hand, but it was a little harder to take off, so that tells me that it's going to last longer than the other ones. So I used it today. That's what I'm wearing, with a gloss over top of it. Sometimes lip pencils, like especially the MAC pencils, can be really dry, and that's how they last a long time. This one is really smooth. I'm so excited to keep using it. So anyways, that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave a like on this video, and let me know what you'll be picking up in the Sephora VIB sale. Bye guys!